Hey YouTube, welcome back to Dwayne's World. So is your Bermuda turf getting way too thick? Well, mine is. You want to find out what I'm going to do about it? Well, you better stay tuned. So welcome back to Season 2, Episode 21 here on Dwayne's World. So what are we doing today? Well, we're going to be verticutting and scarifying the Bermuda turf. I have featured this mower on my channel in the past and actually did an in-depth review on it. So if you like, please go ahead and take a look at that video because it's going to talk to you guys about the Allett Liberty 43 in much more detail. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and take a closer look here at the actual cartridges that I'll be using today. So on this particular Liberty 43, it is the battery-powered version. They do sell the Liberty 43 in a gas-powered mower. However, this one is powered by a Greenworks 40-volt lithium-ion battery. So really what separates the Allett from the competition is the different cartridges that you can purchase. The two that you're looking at right now is the actual Verticuter and the Scarifier. Now some people may ask, well Dwayne, what is the difference? Aren't they both the same? Because I've heard those names used interchangeably online. And they're not the same. The Verticuter, it really does, as the name implies, which is actually to vertically cut the Bermuda turf. As we all know, Bermuda is a creeping grass, which basically means it's going to spread. The Verticuter will be able to cut on a vertical axis, really helping to thin out the Bermuda turf. All right, so what is the purpose of a scarifier? Well, the scarifier is going to really help me get up any dead debris that's in the lawn to really be able to help clean it up. Now, I know if you look up online, there's a lot of controversy on whether or not you should actually be using a turf rake on Bermuda turf. My particular opinion on it is I have used it in the past and have not seen any negative effects, and it's actually helped be able to remove some of the dead debris out of my lawn. All right, so in my opinion on whether or not you should actually turf rake Bermuda turf, I feel it's safe to do so, pending you do not go too aggressively. All right, so with that, let me go ahead and show you guys the lawn and the way it currently sits. All right, guys, so before I go ahead and verticut the lawn here, I want to give you guys a quick look of what it looks like before we start using the Liberty 43. Now, it's probably been about 2 days since I did that California trimmer YouTube short video, which was my last mow. And I'm very happy with the way the turf looks here. However, as you guys can see, I am getting a little bit of scalping that's going on. And this is where the Verticuter is going to come in because it's really going to help thin out that turf. So that way my real mower is not floating as much as it is currently whenever I'm doing a mow. Now I do want to take you over to one little area here. I wanted to show you guys the area that I had some problems with the irrigation that I showed you guys in one of my last videos. So as you guys can see here, this area now has practically fully recovered. If you remember on the previous video, it definitely was thinned out. A lot of the Bermuda was starting to die off. However, you can see here that the watering and the repair of that sprinkler absolutely made a difference. Now there's still a little bit that has to be repaired, but definitely a night and day difference between what it looked like before. And with that, let's go ahead and power up the Liberty. All right, so what I did is I went ahead and lowered down the height of cut here as low as it'll go. I did a couple test runs and it really wasn't taking off very much. So I went ahead and decided to just go ahead and lower it down as low as it'll go. So let's go ahead and see how well it does. You guys can see here, there's definitely some grass in the hopper. What's nice to see is that it's a lot of dead debris, which is exactly what we want to get out of the lawn. So the Verticuter is definitely appearing to do its job. So with that, let's get back to verticutting. All right, guys, so let me be honest with you. Liberty 43, way too slow. Oh man, it's gonna take forever to mow this lawn. Jeez, let me go ahead and show you guys though what it kind of looks like up to this point. All right, so as you guys can see here, stripe action, but it's thin stripe action and it's crooked. All right, guys, so I'll be honest with you. I'm not even halfway done. This thing's gonna take forever, but we'll get through it. My only thing is, will the batteries last? You have to wait and find out. It's too slow. I think that was a turtle that passed me. All right, so hopefully you guys are able to see on video here. You can see the lines that the Verticuter is making. It's exactly what we wanted. Right, guys, so my plan was to actually do a double verticut. I'm going to change that now. I'm not going to do it. I'm only going to do the single pass. And the reason why, unfortunately, is because of the battery-powered system on the Liberty 43. I don't have enough juice or batteries to be able to do a double cut on the verticut and following that back up with turf raking in 2 different directions. So because of that, I'm only going to verticut in 1 direction and I'm going to turf rake in 1 direction. So with that, let me go ahead and show you guys the way the lawn looks. Definitely some mini stripes. Let me go ahead and turn it around. As you guys can see here, Liberty 43 stripe game, pretty good. It's because of the front roller and rear roller. However, again, like I said, I wasn't going for stripes, and that's why they look a little bit crooked. But at the same time, definitely looks phenomenal. So now my plan is to actually go ahead and turf rake. I'm going to go ahead and turf rake in this direction here. I went ahead and verticut in that direction there. So between those 2 things, I think I'm going to do a good job in being able to help thin out the turf. So with that, let's go ahead and switch out the cartridge. All right, guys, so in order to get out the cartridge here, it's not difficult. It's just a little bit annoying, to be honest with you. You got to go ahead and take off this side cover here. It's going to go ahead and unscrew the little Allens that hold this guy in. And there's 4 of them total. All right, there we go. All right, so the whole point of removing the side cover is just so you can be able to get the gear out of this hole here. I wish they had a different design on this cover where it already had the notch cut out, so that way you wouldn't have to remove the side cover every time you wanted to replace one of the cartridges. So the way the cartridge is held in is there's basically 2 screws, one on this side here and one on that side there. We'll go ahead and remove those, and we'll be able to get out this cartridge. The other thing we do need to do also, I should have mentioned, is we do have to remove this bar here. Very simple, just held in with a little spring clip. Go ahead and move that out of the way. And now we can go ahead and get to these 2 bolts here. And ultimately that's what holds in the Verticuter. I'm just going to watch my fingers here so I don't cut myself. And now we'll go ahead and unscrew this one here. All right, that one's out. Set that there. And last one. I'm going to go ahead and adjust my height of cut a little bit higher. That helps for you to be able to get out the cartridge so it's not sitting so low against the ground. Be good? And now I can get out the cartridge. Simple as that. I want to clean this little rake here. So you guys can see here, I don't know if you could see on the camera here, but there's a little rake that's actually behind this roller to help stand the grass up, but it also catches a lot of the dead debris. So I just went ahead and clean that off there for a second here before I go ahead and put in the next cartridge. All right. All right, so with that, let's go ahead and install the actual turf rake here. You guys can see there, just simply drops in. Now I'll go ahead and reinstall our screws here that hold in the cartridge in kind of reverse order. We start with just getting them finger tight, and then we'll go ahead and tighten it down with the Allen wrench. All right, let's just give it a test. Good to go. Now all we got to do is then reinstall our little bar here. And the main purpose of this bar is to be able to hold up the grass catcher. All right, and we're all good to go. All right, so as you guys can see here, I went ahead and raised the height of cut to the number 1 position versus the S position. It's probably about a 1/4 inch higher than whenever I verticutted. And I think that's gonna be a really good height for me to be able to use the turf rake and be able to get up a lot of debris without doing any damage to the Bermuda turf. All right, guys, just giving you a little peek here. Quite a bit of debris is coming out of the lawn, which is a good thing. If you notice, it's all dead debris, which is exactly what we want to get out of the turf. Man, it is hot, I gotta tell you. But I gotta say, the lawn is looking awesome. Take a look at that. Tell me that is not a thing of beauty. Let me go ahead and turn it around and give you guys the real deal. All right, there we go. I gotta tell you, is that color on point? Is that stripe action on point? Now granted, it's skinny stripe action. But it's still awesome stripe action. The thing that just blows my mind is I haven't even mowed the lawn yet. This is just simply verticutting and turf raking. But I gotta tell you, yes, the verticutting made a difference, but the turf raking, to get up all that dead debris, to get up all those dead seed heads, has really, really allowed the color of the lawn to really shine through. Absolutely gorgeous. Now I can see why people that have the Allett absolutely love it. The cartridge system is really a great system. It produces a phenomenal result. You know, for the turf rake Verticut alone, I think it would absolutely be worth it. However, when you're looking at the price points, the ones I would really be interested in are the commercial series mowers. And they run the high 4 figures, if not 5 figures, when you're looking at any of those reel mowers. And that's just really out of my budget. You know, I feel very blessed for a lot of the reel mowers that I own today, but the price points of the things I own are nowhere near what it would cost to be able to pick up one of those Allets. You know, for right now, I'm going to say I'm very happy with my current setup. I'm very thankful that I have a friend, you know, that has an Allett, which allowed me to be able to use it today. So even though the lawn is looking phenomenal right now, yes, I still need to mow it. But that's going to wait till tomorrow. I'm too tired today. And if you want to see that video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, comment down below, give me a like on this video, and as always, be excellent and party on.